that kind of reminds me of the time when, like, I squirted the paint can in James Rumback's eye. He didn't talk to me again after that, but you know, it was funny. It was funny.
What? You sprayed paint to somebody's eye?
Yeah.
With what?
That's just a casual Friday night.
With paint.
Yeah.
No, like with a paintbrush, like with the spray paint. Like, how do you spray
with a
somebody's
paint
eye?
can?
A paint pan? Like you just dump
How
a
do you
whole paint
spray
on
something with a paintbrush?
You flick it at, I don't know. I'm always blindsided by these.
You say that like no, spray paint isn't a thing.
Well, I know what spray. There is a spray paint, but you said you just
it's
sprayed his
usually in a
eye
can.
with paint. You didn't say with spray paint.
Well, you are smart enough, I assume, to assume.
So it was in a spray paint can?
Yes.
Okay, I think I figured everything out. And with that, welcome back to the podcast. Oh, our topic for today is a great one. Austin, you remember this one, right?
No.
You sure?
Maybe when you say it, it'll jog my memory.
Okay, well, I don't even know if you were there for the last podcast, but
Probably not.
The topic is boxes. You know, everyone's favorite three-dimensional shape, normally in the cardboard form.
That's not my favorite.
Oh, you have a more favorite three-dimensional shape?
Yeah.
What is it, Mr. Three-Dimensional Shape Pants?
That's not my last name, but I've always been fond of pyramids.
Oh, okay.
Pyramids are pretty cool.
Like an inverted
How many
pyramid?
sides?
That's a good
Any
question.
pyramid.
3-side, 4-side, 5-side.
An inverted what, Riley?
3-side pyramid.
Inverted pyramid.
4-side pyramid.
That's not what you said the first time.
What do you mean? I said it's an inverted
It sounded like you
pyramid.
said inverted period.
The hexagonal pyramid from Super Mario Odyssey was pretty cool.
I'm struggling, okay? Words are hard to say.
Pyramid head.
There's lots of cool pyramids, is what I'm saying.
So what do you think, like, the Great Pyramids of Giza? Like, are you one of those conspiracy theorists? Theorists?
Pyramids are one of the most like stable structures you can build.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is arches better than pyramids, like for distributing force, or is pyramid superior than the arches?
What?
They're two totally different
Okay.
pieces of architecture.
Gotcha. Because I was trying to make an argument kind of similar to pyramids and arches, but I could not figure out which one was better.
They serve two different purposes.
So are you saying like neither, or both are equally okay?
They're both pretty good. Yeah,
Gotcha,
I guess so.
Now, would you want an arch pyramid?
How would that work?
That's not a pyramid.
You just have a door, and then above the door is a pyramid. It's like an archway door.
See, that's what I'm saying. They serve two different purposes.
It's like a tunnel through the pyramid. You just carve out an arch throughout the
pyramid. Riley, most pyramids in Egypt have tunnels in them.
Yeah, that's underground.
That's kind of the
though.
whole point.
Isn't that just underground though?
Not all.
No.
Of them.
Oh, well.
There are like vents on the Great Pyramids, right?
That's true. Yeah. That makes sense.
They have to get in there.
Yep. You do want oxygen in your pyramid. So what you're saying is they make tunnels leading to the outside for air. So that's the first air vent.
That's what a vent is, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'll stop talking about pyramids and arches. Austin, what's your favorite three-dimensional shape?
My favorite three-dimensional shape. That's a tough one.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones to choose from.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know.
Would you want to just start naming some that you like that might not be your favorite, but just some that are cool?
The ones that are at the top tier three-dimensional
top
shapes.
tier pyramids. Top tier three-dimensional shapes.
What is that one called?
A sphere?
Describe it.
No.
You know the star bit in Super Mario Galaxy? That's a cool three-dimensional shape.
Yeah, those are pretty cool shapes.
I guess spheres are kind of cool.
Yeah. Sphere. Like, do you like the roundness of the sphere? Is that what's cool about them? I don't know where I'm going with that. But...
Yeah, I was trying to think of that one that, like, no matter what, like, how you set it down, it always, like, moves to the same position. I forget what it's called. It, like, always equalizes itself out.
Oh.
If that makes sense. I don't know if I'm explaining it very well.
You mean like those toys which you punch is like kind of bowling pin shaped?
No, I know what you're talking about.
Right.
Let me see if I can look it up.
Yeah, I feel like I've heard of something, but I don't know what that is. Where just you set it down and it equalizes itself so that it stands correctly.
Yeah.
I had a type of mighty
Gombak.
that did that.
That's what it's called.
Sorry, what was that? Humbug?
Gombak or something like that.
Gombak. I've never heard of that shape, but I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I'll send a picture in Discord.
Let's see this photo.
If I can find a good one.
I just looked it up. I've never seen this before in my life. Yeah, it is a pretty cool shape.
Now, what shape is this shape? Is it just like a spheroid?
Sort of. I put a picture in Discord.
It looks like a rock.
So no matter how you set it down, it'll always position itself to this position
to equalize itself. Because of it's like a rock, and then it just has like smooth edges cut out of it or something to distribute its weight.
I guess so.
Gotcha. I don't know why I was thinking it was like a disc shape, but I might be just thinking of something else then. But cool. Yes, very, very intriguing. Knowing a new shape has been learned today. Gone are the days of the box buildings. We're gonna start making buildings out of these. What would you say it was? The
Gombak.
Gombaks.
I'm almost certain that's not how you pronounce it because it's got like umlauts and crap. So
it's like Goombak. The Goombak rock.
I have no idea.
Both O's have umlauts.
Yeah, both of them have umlauts.
Oh boy.
Gombak.
So which language is this then? Because the umlauts depend on the language as well.
I have no idea.
Okay. Well, I guess the world will never know. But yeah, boxes. How many boxes do you see in a daily day?
Quite a few. I've got 5 fish tanks in my room, so those count as boxes, right?
I see boxes pretty much every day at work. Yeah.
I'd say fish tanks are boxes. You know, what is a box? that like it's just an item that hold it's just an item that holds stuff.
A
guys.
box is just a hollow cube.
Well, now we gotta be careful with cube because then the fish tank will probably be cut out.
Fine, a hollow rectangular prism.
Yeah,
there,
that's
happy.
beautiful. What a beautiful name for a box. But it also has to be
Also-
open on one side, right? Well, I guess it doesn't have to
Also,
be
I just
closed.
looked up the pronunciation for gombak. It's pronounced gumbus.
Oh.
Sorry, Gumbus.
Gumbus.
It sounds like Goomba.
Gumbus.
Gum, gum,
Goombus.
Goomba, Goomba.
Goombus.
Gumbus. I still know what language that is.
Gumbus.
It's probably like
I mean,
a Swedish
says
language or something.
Hungarian.
Oh, a Hungarian?
So I'm assuming it's Hungarian.
Definitely not Swedish then.
It's not English, that's for sure.
Yeah, English doesn't have those crazy umlauts above it. We just have letters that sound like other letters that and letters that don't make sounds sometimes, and then sometimes letters make extra sounds. Classic English. We've got a rule with an exception to every one of them. The rule is that there is an
Yeah.
exception to every rule.
Yeah, I agree with everything you just said, which I totally understood.
Yep. I'm glad, because the English language is a challenging thing. Challenging thing. But yeah, what kind of games have you guys all been playing recently?
I've been doing some modded Minecraft.
Oh.
Whoa, me too.
Oh.
I just found a bunch of 1.19.2 mods, installed them, and I decided to see, what kind of fun shenanigans I could get up to.
Oh, I downloaded a bunch of 1.18 mods and then downloaded a mod that adds everything from 1.19. So it's basically like modded 1.19, but I still have mods that are compatible with 1.18.
Yeah.
That's cool.
There are more mods I wanted to enter, but I didn't want to overload my Minecraft too much and just have a laggy mess the whole time.
I think I have 283 mods installed.
Jeez. You trying to beat your Skyrim mod count?
Oh, that's not even close. I've got right around 400 mods for Skyrim in my
jeez.
playthrough right now.
How hasn't your computer just died?
I've got a pretty good computer.
Well, that's always good.
Well,
because
it's not like super high end, but it's a good one.
Because didn't you start it on your laptop and then then everything went downhill?
That didn't go very well. I remember that because I thought that it crashed every time I opened it, but really the load times were just like 15 minutes.
So
So,
you didn't see the screen.
Like,
It just
there was one
loaded.
time where I could see the loading screen and it looked like it was frozen, but the load was just like so intense that it couldn't even like move. Like there's supposed to be an object on the loading screen that you can like move around, but the loading was so intense that it wouldn't even let me do that.
It's just
Like
crazy.
the loading screen like froze.
Ah.
There was one time where I like loaded it up. I'm like, let's just try this, and then I went to go do something else, and then I came back. I think I left and went to go get food or something. When I came back, it was loaded.
Ah, snap.
like when I was trying to install mods like a few weeks ago, I was having a bit of problems with it because like it kept loading up in the launcher as like error code 1. No, your game couldn't load or whatever.
Yeah.
And I just assumed that it was something up with Forge until I realized, oh wait, it was this one mod that doesn't work for some reason. All right.
You gotta love that.
Did you check if it had any dependencies?
I don't know what that means.
Sometimes a mod requires you to have another mod for it to work.
No, if that was the case, it would have told me after launching the game, like what
Oh.
mod I needed. No, this one just straight up didn't load Minecraft. Like it kept it from loading.
I've had similar issues with modded Minecraft. Oh boy, just trying to install my computer for some reason has network connectivity issues. I never know why, but it's like, oh, I see you're trying to download something. Sorry, couldn't download it. I guess you just need to re-download it. Oh my gosh, and then I'm trying to remember just the one time getting in Minecraft for the server or something. I had to download the whatever 19 whatever it was on, and it just kept giving me errors because it was trying to load in like parts that is trying to go too quickly or something, or just trying to be stupid. But it needed to do the first part and then it would get the next part, but it was trying to do the next part before the first part, and then it just was like, oh, sorry, but you don't have the right files, so we just decided to stop downloading. Well, put in the right files first. I don't understand, but after an hour of just continuously hitting download, it eventually downloaded everything, and it worked.
Yeah. I have
Does
a lot
anybody
of,
play on the server anymore?
I don't believe so.
I mean, where I left off, I was stranded in the middle of the end, so no. I kind of
Oh,
haven't.
that's the last time you played? The time when I fell off and lost everything?
Yeah, after
that's the
you
last time I played.
died.
But I went back to my base.
Yeah, after you died, I just kind of, I made it this far. I'm good.
I got everything back. Well, I didn't get everything back. I made new stuff, I should say.
Gosh. I'm
Yeah,
still
you see, I'm
angry.
afraid of losing all my current stuff.
I was still angry about those stupid skeletons in the cave one-shotting me. Absolutely bogus.
For the audience, we added some custom enchantments, and I made it so that like there are bow enchantments, so I made it so that skeletons' bows can spawn with the custom enchantments, but some of them turned out to be a little too overpowered.
It's like a point blank explosion. It's just a one-shot.
I remember
full diamond.
I remember getting one shot by one in full netherite armor, and all my netherite stuff burned because of it.
How does your netherite stuff burn?
I don't know, but it happened.
Explosion damage, man. But yeah, I don't think anybody's been on the server for quite the while.
I should probably cancel that then.
Probably.
Yeah.
It was fun while it lasted. Yeah, anything new?
Not that I can immediately think of.
There's nothing new at all. We have talked about everything. The sky, the planets, the sea, the unbridled power of electricity, the shocking information of electricity again. But have you guys seen the JWST pictures? Was it James Webb Space Telescope?
Some of them.
Oh snap! They are.
I have no idea what that is.
It's a space telescope that's taking pictures in. Oh shoot! I just kicked my trash can. But it's a space telescope that takes pictures of far off galaxies in. I think was it infrared light, so that gets better details than what the current or the previous one was, the Hubble telescope.
So, what cool stuff did it find?
Well, it found that the idea of the Big Bang might be a flaw, so that's always fun. I didn't read too much into it, but I've heard some talks about, oh, the Big Bang is is actually could be disproven with these photos because it doesn't line up to what we thought was going to happen. Because it can see farther out now than the Hubble. So everything should line up to dates and whatnot for, I think it's what, 14 billion years ago. So light shouldn't exceed the 14 billion. But I don't know the whole premise of it, but there's that. But it takes a lot of photos of galaxies, and some of those photos are stunning.
Do we discover alien life with it?
Not yet. I think they've discovered a few Goldilocks planets with sizable amounts of water, so...
What's a Goldilocks planet, like Earth?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a planet that's close enough to its sun to hold liquid water. It's in the correct distance from the sun to hold liquid water.
Not too close, not too far.
It's just right.
Yeah.
Oh, I get the Goldilocks analogy.
Yes. Oh.
I saw a game theory talking about if our sun exploded one day, or if our sun just got erased somehow, and we had to migrate to a new place fast, the moons on Jupiter would probably be our best bet. Assuming that we had the technology to import oxygen there and even get there to begin with.
Yeah, I would say the first thing is, can we get there?
Yeah.
The moons of Jupiter, interesting. I didn't know.
Yeah,
if
because
they'd be warm enough.
Some of them retain their own heat.
Okay.
Their own personal heat. Some are just coated in water and stuff, so we can extract that for liquids. No. It's mainly because a bunch of the moons have different properties to them. And they're relatively close to Earth size. Or something like that.
That's the crazy part. The moons of another planet's the size of our planet.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Jupiter has 53 of them.
53 moons. Imagine.
What's even crazier is that our sun... Oh, sorry.
No, go for it.
I was going to say that our sun is one of the smallest types of stars in the universe. Compared to some of the biggest stars, it's not even a grain of sand.
I thought it was a medium-sized star.
No, it's a dwarf. It's on the extra dwarf side.
We got a baby star.
Yep. But I don't think they grow too much bigger. It's just the genetics of the sun was short.
Would we want our sun to be any bigger than it is right now?
Oh no, not for our planet. We're in that Goldilocks zone. The sun gets bigger. That means the light. Oh boy, I think that becomes scorched earth.
Oh man, imagine the heat waves from that baby.
Imagine the solar flares. Oh boy, blast the planet to death. Yeah, it'd be a lot warmer.
I think global warming's bad now.
The sun's just rubbing its hands oh, I'll show you. I'll get bigger. Yeah, yeah, but I don't think there's a possibility of it getting bigger unless it absorbs. Can the sun absorb other suns? I never know how that really works. I know black holes.
I don't think there's I don't think there's a star nearby our sun, so I think we don't have to worry about that for a while.
The Milky Way galaxy is on course to collide with a different galaxy.
Yeah, that's
the Andromeda galaxy or something like that.
I think that's right.
And when is that going to happen?
Several million years from now.
Yeah,
Well, I don't need to worry about
100 million years from now.
Yeah.
Right around the corner.
That's the people of 100 million years.
You
Problem.
think there's still gonna be people? Oh
Right?
boy.
They'll have to deal.
Oh,
I mean,
100
they
million.
might not be humans, but there
They'll
might be
be
people
the android
living
people,
in the Milky Way.
the cyborgs listening to this podcast as historical documents.
The super
Just laughing at us.
mutant alien police.
They're just laughing at us like, these guys are just idiots. They don't. They think the pictures were cool now. We can just zoom in.
The people of the past were clearly very, very prehistoric.
Primitive.
You see, primitive people, yes, they were. They thought this was cool space pictures. Please, we can take space pictures in the fourth dimension.
Jeez. Jeez. Fourth dimension.
These plebeians from the past know nothing about quality.
Yes. Just listen to this fool. He's talking about nonsense. 100 million years. I've been alive for 900 million years.
And the Milky Way galaxy, it not only did collide with another one, it just completely went past it.
Ha ha ha. Yeah, that's how I
They
feel like
didn't
it's...
know about the space wind yet.
the space wind.
You guys want to know something even scarier than that, though?
Ah, you
what's
know
that?
it.
Like once our galaxies collide into
Oh,
the
the
other
Milky Way's
galaxy,
gone.
they'll form one super galaxy. And after that happens, every other galaxy will be moving away from us. And soon enough, we will never be able to see any other galaxy. We'll look out into space and it will just be black.
Oh,
There's an actual horizon out there where, because everything is moving away from us, there's a point where it's moving away from us relatively faster than the speed of light. And once it hits that point, we will never, ever be able to see it again. And eventually, everything will pass that point.
oh snap. But what
I
if...
imagine the moment those two galaxies merge, all the other galaxies are like, those are the guys that merged. The guys that merged.
Those are the
Ew,
mergers.
disgusting. Those are the merge boys. Oh,
The Drama Way galaxy? Blah.
fucking. Ew.
Or the Milky Drama Galaxy.
The Milky Drama Galaxy. Oh my gosh. What a day.
Don't look now. It's the Milky Drama Galaxy. Ew.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh, come on, guys. It was just one merge. Give us a break.
It was one merge. What did you guys have merged
We
before?
just wanted to... Yeah. If you guys merged, you would understand, man. Right? We know it's taboo, but we just had to see what it's like. And no one, I'll say it, we don't regret it. It was the best damn thing we've ever done in our existence.
If
So
celestial
go
bodies
ahead,
could talk.
run, leave us. We don't need you, and we never did. The Milky Drama Galaxy is now the best galaxy ever in the entire known universe.
Oh,
This
gosh.
is how galaxies speak.
But what
This
if
is how we speak.
what if, like, we say the universe is ever expanding? What if it's not ever expanding? It's just a large surface area, and we will eventually loop back around. What if that happens?
Match.
You know something I don't understand about the universe? If it is infinite, we know that like gravitational forces always act on us, like no matter how far away you are,
Yeah.
it's always minuscule. If the universe is infinite, there would still be an infinite amount of those minuscule forces.
Yeah.
But if they're minuscule, it doesn't even matter because there's an infinite amount of them, like acting on all sides of us at all the times.
But wouldn't they
all
balance
just cancel each other out?
That's true. And I think that brings it back to like the original Big Bang Theory is there was initial push, so we stayed in motion, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. That's a brain thinker. I won't be able to I won't be able to sleep tonight knowing that. Shouldn't we just not be moving?
Like there might be an explanation for it, but it's really weird to think about because there should be an infinite amount of even minuscule gravitational forces pulling on us from every direction.
Okay, going back to Riley's idea of like it being a huge surface area. What if the entire universe is just one gigantic sphere, and in the very dead center of it, there's this like super core that nobody knows about.
The alien super core.
And it's basically like the sun of all the galaxies. If the galaxies are like a solar system, we're just moving around that thing.
I think that there was a scientific, I don't know if it was a theory or if it was proven mathematically, but they found the shape of the universe. And it's a lot of people for the longest time thought it was like a flat plane.
Yeah.
But I can't remember who it was, but they but they figured that it was actually flat space.
Flat.
But I think they found that the shape of the universe is actually closer to a saddle than a flat plane.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
I believe I remember seeing that too.
So we're basically on a gigantic saddle.
Yeah, we're just riding the super horse through the existence.
The ultra universe horse.
What if... Okay, hear me out. The saddle is our universe, and that represents like matter and stuff like that. And the horse, we are riding on the horse, right? And the horse represents time. Right? Just running through the timeline.
And that's why we move.
Exactly.
He's solved it. There's
we figured it out.
There's a celestial
dimension
horse.
Was horse this whole time.
The celestial horse of time.
But why?
Nobody ever thought of it.
But why is it like a horse? You can put a saddle on a lot of different animals.
Oh, it could be a pig.
Yeah, it could be.
You know what? That makes even more sense. It's a pig, and God is holding a carrot in front of the pig because He created it, and He's causing it to march on.
What if it's a strider, though?
What animal is moving us through time? It could be a donkey. It could be a mule. It could be the pig. It's based off your.
It could be an alpaca.
Oh my gosh! And then the what's it? The astrological signs based off your birth year or something. Like you got the dragon. Like maybe you're the one riding the dragon that year.
Those could be actual fucking crabs and stuff. We just
put
never
a saddle
knew.
on a crab. Put a saddle on a crab.
Oh, you guys want to know something actually cool about crabs?
Yes.
Like a lot of
even
crabs,
cooler than they already are.
Yes. Basically, there's a whole bunch of different like species of crab that
Crustaceans
evolved to be crabs independent of each other. So basically, crab is like the most efficient form of life, pretty much.
Oh.
There's a theory that everything will eventually evolve to be a crab. And the same is for trees, actually. Like most trees you see are
turn
not
into crab
related
trees.
to each other.
You're right.
But most trees are not related to each other at all. Like they evolved independently.
Like hundreds of millions of years from now, when the Milky Drama galaxy exists, all the trees on planet Earth all have claws. Every life form has claws. Everything's moving sideways.
It's the crab tree.
It's nothing but
imagine
crab.
The camera zooms out into the darkness of space. We can't see any other galaxy except for the Milky Drama galaxy, and it's shaped like a crab. And then you zoom out even more, and you see the universe is a saddle on a giant crab,
giant
just sideways walking through a void.
And the
And then if you look
crab
closely,
arms as well.
if you look closely, the saddle is oddly crab shaped.
Yes,
Yeah, the saddle has claws too.
everything turns to crab.
And then it zooms out
Discovered-
even further, and you see a giant glowing white crab. And he goes, "What's up? I'm God."
Sparkle crab.
And then the credits roll.
I think we've cracked the meaning of life. Crabs.
But isn't that crazy though? Like trees and crabs, they've all like
Yeah.
evolved independently of each other. Like
Yeah,
that's crazy. I don't know.
And you
Even like
that is
like
great.
wood, like can you? That's just so weird to think about. Like it's so similar, but it's like they evolved independently to get to like that similar point.
yeah, and that's
I
what's
feel like
always
there might
confused me
be
is-
a lot of. I feel like there might be a lot of species of bugs that are like that too.
Probably.
Like ants. There's like thousands of different ant species, yet I can't tell any of them apart.
but that they grow independently. That's the thing. It's the
There might be. I don't know. I guess
the
I just know about
independent
crabs and trees.
nature. And that's what's always confused me as well is how we got from like plants versus animals, because we had to start with like some type of plant, right? Like bacteria need something to eat, so the bacteria would be what, like photosynthesizers to get their energy, and then they somehow turn into plants, and then from that, how do you turn
and-
into animal? Is there just two diverging paths?
Here's the way I look at it, okay? You have two different. Okay, you have like two different cells. One is the origin of plant, the other is the origin of not plants.
So you're saying that
And then
they're independent
through,
of each
like-
other? They didn't start off
Yeah.
like the same?
All right, fine. Okay, we'll say they started off as the Omni cell, okay?
The
It was
omnicell.
just one singular
There's one
cell.
single crab.
Okay, it's just a nucleus and the cytoplasm around the nucleus.
Mhm.
And then that cell split in half. As cells do, it just kept
Naturally.
splitting in half and multiplying. But at one point in time, two random cells thought it would be funny to just change. Okay,
At the same time,
one became
they're rivals.
they were like no, they were best friends, dude. They were like
Ah.
snickering at each other. They're like, hey, you know what'd be funny? If we both added a bunch of stuff into our cytoplasm, and then we just went off and did our own things. Dude, you know what'd be even funnier? If I had like this huge ass wall around my cytoplasm. oh yes, do that. I love it.
Love it.
And then they
Amazing.
just split off from there.
Never to talk to each
And
other again.
For like thousands of years. No, the plant
Thousands.
cells and the animal cells have had no contact with each other at all. And then one day, the animal cells were like, you know what? I'm done. I'm tired of us eating each other. Oh, let's see if there's other options. And then they found out
Hey.
plant cells were a thing, and that's the origin of herbivores. And then
Hey,
some of the
look.
cells are like, I mean,
That used to
I
be
like-
my friend.
I like both.
I'm gonna eat them.
And it no, the original cells are long dead, Riley.
That's my
You
friend's
see?
great grandpa.
They don't know that. Okay, they forgot about
The
each other. Okay,
tails. They didn't tell
cell information. You think cells are? You think they developed the brain capacity for
What?
telling stories?
You're the one
back-
that's like, hey, this would be funny. Hey, Greg, you know, it would be
Yeah, that
hilarious."
was in the moment.
Oh, okay.
That was in the moment.
They thought it'd be
dude,
funny,
okay?
and then they split, and then just forgot about each other.
Yes.
How short-term memory are they? Yeah, I was thinking.
Well, they probably didn't forget about each other. They
it's
probably
what, single
died,
cell
and then-
brain. Goodness gracious, what are they? Bacteria?
I forgot about what we were talking about at the beginning of the podcast. What do you expect from a single cell organism, Riley?
Exactly.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Did
okay.
you guys
I can't-
know that the largest organism on the planet is just an entire forest.
Oh.
Is it
Yeah,
one-
it's one specific type of tree that it reproduces by sending out little shoots underground that grow up into new trees, but they stay
snap.
connected, so they're still technically the same organism.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Man.
It's just
Yeah, it's
one
just like an
giant-
entire forest that's one organism.
So if they had like brain capacity and one was starting to die, would everything else in the forest be like, no, not Jerry. Jerry's
No.
going down.
Well, yeah, they're able to like send nutrients to each other and like actually like send stuff through the
we
shoots
gotta
to each
send
other.
the care packages to Jerry.
So like, so what you're saying is cutting down one of those trees would be like snapping off a branch.
Be like snapping
Yeah,
off
pretty
a
much.
leg, like goodness.
Riley, what is a branch but a tree's limb?
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean,
You're right. I'm sorry.
The analogy doesn't change at all.
I was just trying to put it into animal terms because myself is an animal, and most podcast viewers will be animals compared to plants.
okay.
But you know, if you are
yeah,
a plant listening
you're all
to this,
animals. You hear that?
You're not,
Animals.
Riley. You're not including the plant.
filthy
people out there.
animals.
I have not
You're
heard
being
of
pretty
anybody
prejudiced.
being a plant. Okay, so like we live in
Well-
crazy times, but I haven't heard anybody
I mean, well,
say, "I'm
well,
gonna photosynthesize today. Let me just go sunbathe and get
Oh,
sunburned."
that's not true. Humans
Death.
do a form of photosynthesis. That's how we
Yeah.
get vitamin D from the sun.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
we
I guess
do
you're right.
require vitamin D.
Yeah, you're right about that, but you can't just live on the sun and
You don't
water.
photosynthesize, Riley?
I can't say that I do.
Sounds like someone doesn't appreciate his inner plant.
My plant nature.
Yeah.
We all started with the Omnicell. We used to photosynthesize for hours, and then we died.
I remember when we photosynthesized together.
Back in my time, we used to photosynthesize like like something. Could not think of an
Like
analogy.
plants.
Like plants. Perfect.
Do you know what's wild to think about?
Yes.
Okay, so like you know how like incest is known to like make
Sorry, what?
like deformed children.
Okay,
Okay, I
I
thought
guess
that's
I,
what you
somewhere
said.
with,
okay.
I'm going somewhere with this, Riley.
Sorry,
Okay.
sorry. I was just a little caught off guard, but you're right. Wild to think about.
If you think about it, humans had to start from somewhere, right?
Okay.
Evolution, like as humans evolved from cavemen, if you think about it with that sort of logic,
Mhm,
if there were two quote unquote humans way back then and they started everything that we are now, technically, like we're the deformed versions of them, like way down the line. So you gotta wonder what those two original human beings must have looked like. It
Well,
must have been like truly glamorous.
they must have looked like some weird looking apes. Some hairless apes, man.
There were. Well, actually, that still doesn't make sense. I was gonna say because humans are a product of interbreeding between a whole bunch of different now extinct species, but
Yeah.
they would also have to converge at some point from a single.
The whole
or
theory
two.
of evolution is crazy to think about.
Every theory's crazy to think about. That's what makes them fun.
That's what makes them a theory. A game theory. Just kidding
Yeah.
about the game theory, though. A plant theory.
It's crazy that even after all that, we're all just gonna become crabs.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though we devolved, we will go back to the superior being of the crab.
We all devolved from the crab.
I mean, think about it. If, like, comparatively, if we were the same size as crabs, like, we'd have no shot. They are obviously superior, like, superiorly made than we are.
What? Sorry, what? I didn't follow the logic.
Like,
there.
if okay, so
If-
say that we were like comparative sizes
We're-
to crabs,
okay.
just to make it like to make the size thing fair.
Sure.
Like we would have stand no chance in a fight against a crab. Like
I
a
feel
crab
like
would
it's
pinch
stay the
toss us
same
around.
for a lot of things.
That's true. I don't think
Like,
we'd
if
be able to
spider-
fight off any animal, really. The humans are super
Like,
weak.
like a spiders,
we are
ants,
just a blob of flesh.
scorpion.
Like the average human, I should say. Like if
Yeah.
I went up against pretty much any other animal, even if it wasn't like sized, to be fair.
Like
if I went up
an electric
against
eel?
a humming, if I went
Hummingbird?
up against if I went up against a butterfly that's human size, I'm getting my ass kicked.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the wind, you'd get blown away.
You
from
know,
the
they
flap of the
they
wings.
say that a flap of a butterfly wings causes a tornado up like 10 miles away or something like that, whatever the saying is. Imagine a human-sized butterfly.
I have not
Imagine
heard
how
of
many
that saying.
tornadoes that would make.
Well, would a human-sized butterfly be able to move its wings fast enough to even fly?
Yeah. What
Probably
about
not.
It's what's the rule? Is it the square cube law, cube square law, something like that?
All I know is that the bigger something is, like the slower it can physically move.
Mhm.
Yeah, just look at the sun. That thing, actually, that's a
The
bad
sun is moving pretty fast.
That's a bad
actually.
example. That sun is booking it. Bad example. Just look at
Yeah,
the.
we are zooming across the universe.
I mean, think of it this way: you chop down this big ass tree.
It
It's
doesn't
going
move
to
that much.
slowly. It's going to fall pretty slow and gradually pick
know.
up speed. If you chop down like a
I guess.
dandelion, that thing's down right away.
That's just because it's closer to the ground.
And because it's smaller, lighter, it goes down.
Yeah, no, if you toss like two of the same objects of different weight, like at the same height, they'll hit the ground at the same time.
Yeah, but don't they have to be like the same size?
No. I think you can.
Theoretically, yeah, because of like air resistance and stuff
Oh,
like that.
okay. Sorry, I was in a perfect world with
It
with
would probably be
resistance.
negligible, but I mean there would
Negligible.
be at least some.
You're right.
difference.
You're
It would
right.
be- yeah.
Imagine a bird just dive bombing you versus the poop that it just just sent before diving. Which one would hit?
Well,
you?
you guys have heard like have you guys heard about like the moon experiment with the hammer and the feather? Because like obviously on Earth, if you drop a hammer and a feather from the same height, the hammer's going to hit the ground first because of air
Because of air
resistance.
resistance, yeah.
But on the moon, there's no atmosphere. So when they went to the moon the first time, they filmed themselves dropping a feather and a hammer from the same height at the same time, and they both hit the ground at the same time.
I have not heard of that. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, basically what I'm trying to say by that is that air resistance makes a difference.
So what you're saying is we should just get rid of air.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a reason that like missiles and stuff are shaped the way they are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. In my Kerbal Space
Aerodynamics
program,
big.
everything went downhill when we tried to land. We just blew up. I don't know why. You know, we went from a nice dandy time in space into a flaming fireball.
I learned recently that China has a lot of Kerbal Space Program moments. Apparently,
Oh, no.
like I was on YouTube and I found myself going down this rabbit hole of like videos with like disturbing context, and one of the videos was of a rocket launch going horribly wrong. Like it went up nice and then it slightly tilted and then it tilted more,
Then it
and next
just
thing you know
started
it's
spinning.
dive bombing straight to the
Oh,
ground,
no.
and it crashed full of some Chinese village.
Oh no!
my gosh.
And the Chinese government, like, they're like, yeah, like 56 people were injured, 6 people died.
That is a lot less than I thought.
They likely covered it up because footage of that village after the crash happened, like basically the entire place is just gone.
Well, yeah, assuming
Like-
you got up so
Like, there are
high.
people, Like there
impact?
are people who were recording
Oh my
from
gosh.
there were people who were recording from nearby towns. Like it was suddenly this huge ass flash after the rocket crashed. Like, god damn. And like even from the launch site, like you could hear a moment in the video where all the glass around them shatters.
The sonic boom.
Jeez.
Because
Well, you gotta think
the-
all that rocket fuel is gonna hit the ground and explode. So that's
yeah.
not good. Only 6 died.
Like,
That's either a very small village.
Riley, let's be real. It was a lot more than 6. The village had like 1,000 people in it, maybe
Is
more.
that
Yeah, this is the Chinese government we're talking about.
Sorry. A village is 1,000 people. I was thinking maybe like tops. Like 56 sounds like the total population for a village.
No, this is China. There's a lot of people in China.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't know the size of Chinese villages. And I guess I don't even know the size of American villages.
Google's free, dude.
Well, they say that, but they take your data, man. So is it really free? But you're right. I should just ask Google. Hey Google, listen to me. How many people does it take to make a village? Yes. Typically
Imagine the
between
Chinese
500
government
and
listening in on this
2,500.
podcast.
Okay, that's a lot
Imagine
more
the
than I was
Chinese
thinking.
government- Imagine the Chinese government listening in on this podcast. They're like, they know our secrets. They know we're covering up our Kerbal space catastrophes. We need to silence these fools.
But yeah, 500 to 2,500. Right? 520. Yeah.
Uh.
So, a lot more than I was thinking. I'm probably thinking of like a cottage or something. I don't
You're
know,
probably
village.
thinking of like villages from like way back in the day.
the primordial villages.
Yeah.
Probably. Now, how many crabs does it take to make a village?
Well, how many crabs does it take to make a person? Like,
How many
Because-
crabs would I need to put in a trench coat to make a convincing person?
yeah. As I would say that number times 500 to 2,500.
I think the question is, like, how many crabs can one person eat? And then you can just
And one person what?
one person eat like at one time. Like Austin's like the pizza champ at Pizza Ranch with his
Oh,
like how many
well,
slices? Was it
17.
17? I was thinking 19.
well,
17 slices.
I mean, I don't. Well, firstly, when people eat crabs, they don't eat the whole crab. They just
Exactly,
eat like
exactly. They eat
the
the
inside.
yeah.
And secondly, like the
Squishy
amount of
inside.
mass it takes to fill your stomach is way less than the amount of mass it takes to fill an entire
Yeah, that's why we
human
can
body.
just extrapolate like the discarded carcass of the crab, and then you just add that up.
What? Why would we need to eat it for you to add up its mass?
no, not its
Just
mass.
take it
I measure stuff in how much I can eat. Okay, an average human size is going to be the amount of crabs you can eat. And then you can base that number off.
Hey, what's your crab capacity? We need
Crab
to know.
capacity.
Crab capacity. Yep.
How many crabs can you eat in one setting? This is very important in science.
Just imagine you walk up to some random person and just like, "Hey, buddy, hey, you eat crab, right?"
Hey.
And then you just have like a
No,
trench coat, and then you open your trench coat, and there's just a bunch of crabs just sitting on you. How many of these can you eat?
How many crabs can you eat?
I'm taking a poll.
And then you're just shoving these crabs in this poor guy's mouth.
Oh my gosh. Don't worry, they're steamed.
Just eat the crab. Just shut up and eat it.
Just eat the crab.
They're all fresh. They're all freshly boiled.
Yes, this trench coat is a steamer. It's a sauna in here. I think that's actually a safety hazard.
Yeah.
But when you talk of crabs, you have to find a way.
I think spider crabs are comparable size to humans.
Spider crabs.
So,
Sizable.
yeah,
What?
Spider
It's
crabs
a-
are huge.
yeah, they're
Oh.
gigantic. They're basically
I-
crabs that look like a spider.
I think coconut crabs might be bigger. Coconut crabs are huge.
Do they grab coconuts,
spider-
or are they just the
Spider
size of
crabs
coconuts?
spider crabs are more like lanky than they are big.
Yeah, their legs are long. Yes, coconut crabs can grow over 3 feet long.
Whew,
That's a big crab.
that is a big crab. That's bigger than the tiniest person, I think.
Yeah. Considering babies exist, yeah, it is.
No.
Oh, the coconut crab actually kind of looks like a weird ass spider too.
Oh gosh, I think, but like the shortest adult human, like over the age of like 20 or something, I think they're like 2 foot. Oh my gosh, those are
Holy
terrifying.
crap.
Those look like tarantulas.
Those look like they're straight out of the Fallout games.
Oh my gosh, the crabs come back to life. Oh, I don't want to turn into that. That thing's. Oh, oh, that's. Oh my gosh, that's creeping me out.
Yeah, I think I like the spider crabs a lot more.
I don't. I wish I didn't see these things.
No, these are coconut crabs. Both of
Yeah,
those
these are
pictures
coconut crabs.
These things are terrifying. Oh man, but they're not toxic, right? They're just pincher, like they snap your face off.
I don't know how many crabs are toxic to humans.
Like,
I guess if you let them
crabs.
spoil or if you can raw them might be,
Yeah.
but I haven't exactly heard tale of crabs that are injecting venom into people.
Like
I
their
think they
legs
just kind of.
jab you and just inject you with poison.
I'm pretty sure those claws are meant for tearing things apart, as opposed to injecting stuff.
Oh
yeah,
my
that's
goodness.
That's a spider crab.
that's my kind of crab.
That's
Yeah.
That's some
I'd vibe with
lanky
that crab.
arms.
Which one would you rather fight, Riley? In a
Oh.
death battle?
Okay, well let's see.
Hmm.
So the spider
Well,
crab
the
has long
coconut
range on him.
crabs-
He can
Yeah.
trip me very quickly, but those pincers are not as
probably
and probably like they probably don't have the
Yeah.
PSI to just both of them probably have
Like,
the PSI of crushing a femur.
I mean,
but
the spider crab's likely to outrun me in a race. The coconut crab's most likely to kick my ass.
Imagine
like
a
a
spider,
fox.
you're just like sleeping in your room. You got your door open, but it's like pitch black, and you hear like weird like bone creaking
And a
noises.
fucking spider crab walks in.
No, it doesn't even walk in. It like sprints, like dead sprints right towards you. You can barely see it.
can they survive on land?
Yeah,
I thought they needed to
pretty
stay
sure-
in water. Are
I'm
they?
pretty sure a lot of crabs can survive. on
Oh,
land.
I don't know. Actually, I think coconut crabs can survive for a little bit outside of water.
Okay.
I mean, we've got coconut crabs that are hanging out on trash cans here, so I'd assume so.
Oh, but I meant spider crabs. I don't know about spider crabs. Spider crabs might be.
They might
purely
be
in water.
they might be like water specific. Like they might be like sea turtles, or I guess turtles in general, which like they're fine on the land, but they
They're
should
better
probably
in water.
be.
They thrive in
Yeah.
water.
All the
They
pictures I'm
thrive.
seeing of living spider crabs are in the water. So I
Yeah.
think
Naturally.
They can stay there as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, gosh. I'm just imagining a humanoid spider crab. And like you don't even have to imagine that much. Like it's just got long arms. Some of the like, it just needs to extend to the ground for feet, and then it just charges you. Like, oh my gosh. You could put a wig on a spider crab and probably convince somebody that it's. Oh, I do not like these. I don't like spiders, and these are just like giant spiders.
No, there's giant
They're
crabs.
like so big.
Yeah, they're giant crabs.
This is what we're gonna become someday, Riley. This is peak
Yeah.
performance, whether you like it or not.
Performance. Look how many. Look how. Oh.
Dude, look at the wingspan on that thing. Jesus.
The wingspan of a crab.
Yep.
Soon they will be able to fly. They will be in the
Oh
water,
my God,
land,
imagine
and the air.
Are there these?
Flying crabs.
This is the kind of crab Riley's becoming.
What's that?
Hermit crab?
Yeah.
I was thinking snail crab, but hermit crab makes a lot
Are-
more sense.
Are you thinking you'd become a hermit crab? Is that the type of crab you'd want to be?
I think
or is there a different kind
if
of
I
crab you
were a
want?
type of crab, I think I would like a hard shell. But I don't know what are the pinchers on that guy.
All crabs have hard shells.
No. Look at he's
The
got
pincers are pretty
the
small.
the spider
Excuse me.
crab, like those legs are like they're exposed. Their shell's not going to be. You can like
All
get
crabs'
pinched.
legs are
But
exposed.
you gotta imagine we're fighting crabs. This is like a crab versus crab world. Like the spider crab's gonna
Yeah,
get
but-
its
yeah,
butt
but-
kicked. You know,
Yeah,
one,
but do you
one
know
pinch.
No,
and
the
then
spider crab is gonna rip you out of your shell before you can even get near it.
Yeah, Riley, let's be real here. Okay, hermit crabs are getting eaten up by snails. Okay, you think a spider crab's getting eaten by snails? I don't think so.
what I'm saying is, I think the spider crab's leg is just gonna get chopped off instantly. Like a sneak attack from above.
I don't know many machete wielding crabs.
No,
Yeah.
the pincher.
I
It
don't
just
think
pinches
machete
the
crabs
crab.
exist yet.
Oh, imagine.
Do you know how strong a spider
Arms
crab's
of
leg
machete.
is?
I don't. I didn't. I know more about spider crabs than I ever have known about crabs in my life. You know, the only crab I knew were like king crab and I think another crab that we eat. I didn't know all about these spider crabs, and I wish I didn't know about spider crabs because they kind of creep me out. And you know, the lanky boys of the
Spider crabs?
like boy.
Spider crabs are cool. Riley. Give it the times, dude. What the fuck is this? Oh, what is it?
I have no
What am I
clue.
looking at?
I don't know what you're looking at.
The Google image picture says specimen of yellow arrow spider crab, Durnorhynchus debilis male. I don't know
Oh.
if that's a crab.
Oh my god.
It might be.
Jeez.
That just looks like a straight up spider.
Oh no. They're evolving to turn into what we don't want. They're devolving.
This one says baby spider crab, we think.
What? Oh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's that to be honest, that kind of just looks like a twig.
Yeah.
Or like a leaf, just like the veins of a leaf for some reason. Kind of see that
That's what
as
I
well.
thought too.
Crazy. You know, nature is an interesting beast. We
It
haven't
sure
we
is.
haven't explored a lot of the deep sea. So what if there's like the deep sea crab,
What?
the omega crab,
This
just
crab's-
giving birth to everything?
I imagine every like sea creature at the bottom of the ocean is just like massive, like krakens and like the fucking super ultra mega crab deluxe.
the
This is the type of crab I want to be.
We've got ultra shark.
was that a
down
painted
there.
crab?
It's a Halloween crab.
Ah,
That is a pretty cool crab.
Now, does that help you? Like, does the purple help for camouflage or something?
It's cool, okay?
It's not a phase,
Yeah,
Mom.
Riley.
It's like purple.
Sometimes people just want to be a cool looking
I just want to have purple claws, Mom. You don't understand.
Wow. Making fun of my crab. What crab would you be, Riley? Huh?
I don't know too much
What
about
crab would you be?
crabs. I'd probably be a dead one.
That's not a crab species, Riley.
Now-
You're being lazy.
Now, are we saying that like we're gonna turn into crabs for sure, or is it gonna be like a type of crustacean?
Nope, it's crab.
It's
It's
crab
just crab.
specifically.
Okay, because I was thinking a lobster.
This
would
is
be-
the type of crab Riley would be.
What is that? An albino
Yeah.
crab? What am I looking
It's
at?
a pom-pom crab.
Yeah,
It's because
It doesn't even have claws.
That is a pretty fitting crab.
Those aren't even its
size.
hands. Those are just like anemones that it carries around.
This is my prized possession.
See, you get to be home. You get to.
What am I, a home builder?
You get to be homies with. You get to be homies with Nemo.
A she an enemy.
The problem is that Nemo's probably big enough to eat him.
Oh, they're
we-
that tiny.
We've got
Yeah, they're
your
pretty tiny.
we've got your your
Crabs
daily
don't have claws. They just carry little anemones with them.
we got your daily
I
delivery
think
of an
technically
enemy.
they're like attached to him, but it's like a beneficial relationship. They like
Okay, yeah.
anemone. I think
Symbiotic.
yeah, symbiotic. That's the word I was looking for.
I was only thinking parasitic. I'm like that's not right.
Yeah, the crab carries them around so that they can get to food, and then I think if I remember correctly, they can like send out little like electrical impulses or something like that for like defending the crab.
Gosh, I really just, and the more I look at these crabs, the more I dislike how many like legs it has. I'm not a big fan. Like I like 2 legs. I'm not a big fan of what is this, like six legs, 2 pinchers. I don't know. They're just kind of giving me the wrong vibe. Like it's got like 3 back legs and
crabs. Well,
when
what's-
you stare at a
What's
crab.
wrong with the leg? What's wrong with the leg count, Riley? There's nothing wrong with the amount of legs a crab
I'm
has.
just saying. They're-
Honestly, I think humans don't have enough legs.
and maybe
Think
it's
how
probably because I'm biased.
much
'cause,
more mobile we'll be with more
I only have the 2 legs. I just can't like. Can you move all the legs at once? Like, how?
Mhm. Have you ever seen a crab walk?
I can't say that I have.
No, but a tin can.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, that's quite something. I think we should start wrapping it up, but before we do that, you have any more final thoughts on the crab empire?
I just want to say that, like, if humans had more legs, like, imagine how many more anime thigh pics we could have. Now, that's a world I want to live in.
Okay. That's a pretty good final remark. Anything else?
This will be humanity one day. Press K2 Coxie on DeviantArt.
That straight up just looks like Larry the Lobster.
What am I looking at? What's with the face?
You're looking at the future, Riley.
Yeah.
The
See,
milky drama people.
this- Yeah.
Oh, okay.
People of the milky drama galaxy.
Those are some great remarks.
Imagine you invent a time machine and you go forward in time and you step out and you see this dude just looking at you.
I'd go back in. I'm like, oh, I'm not ready for this.
Gosh, take me further. I want them to evolve from not that.
Anything but that. They just have a mustache. Oh, imagine a crab with a mustache. Oh. Okay, but what should our topic be next time on the podcast?
Spiders.
Spiders?
It should be. I don't know about that.
Not a big fan of spider. I'm not a big fan of spiders, but
I don't know.
Austin,
Spiders
what's-
are kind of cool. We can do spiders.
Spiders are alright.
Spiders?
I'm fine with spiders.
That's great. I love spiders. You know, I retract everything. You know, I once jugged a spider. Actually, no, I've got some
And
great
now-
spider stories.
Yes. See, Riley used to hate spiders until he realized crabs exist.
Yeah. You know, now that I know that there's crab spiders, I have a second feeling on the regular
Now
spiders.
that I know the existence of coconut crabs, no, spiders aren't that bad.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll talk about spiders next time. But yeah, thanks for listening to our grandiose podcast. And with that,
Of course.
we shall say our goodbyes.
See ya.
Goodbye.
Gosh.
This fucking anthropomorphic crab.